I thought I'll choke on water just by drinking it like every normal person. Because of this fear, I'm pretty sure we can guess that I almost never drank water, and whenever I did, because of the fear, I'd always choke on it. One thing I avoided was the swimming pool. Aside being averse to public places, I stayed back whenever my siblings went to the pool because when I was immersed, I felt like I was going to die. It's even if it was few seconds, it felt like forever. And when I was brought up later, pastor began to pray and rebuked phobia for water. We want to thank God for deliverance. So there was a time pastor asked some of us to share some experiences we had during our water baptism, and it occurred to me that I had been delivered from aquaphobia. So this deliverance came during my water baptism. I remember pastor asked for those who had supernatural experiences during their water baptism to raise their hands. I did raise my hand because I knew I was delivered from the fear of water that day, but like every ungrateful child, I didn't know the depth of this deliverance, and I had not thanked God for it. Before my water baptism, which took place in 2021, I was afraid of water. First, it was just a dread for cold water because I was really allergic to cold, but it translated into a great fear for water of any temperature and volume. Beginning with drinking water, I was usually afraid of drinking water or lots of water because I was afraid that I would choke on it. I don't know why I thought I would choke on water just by drinking it like every normal person. Because of this fear, I'm pretty sure we can guess that I almost never drank water, and whenever I did, because of the fear, I would always choke on it. One thing I avoided was the swimming pool. Aside being averse to public places, I stayed back whenever my siblings went to the pool because I was afraid of water. Another thing that contributed to my fear of water was one time when I had an accident in the rain. So I was 7 and I sneaked out of there. My parents used to put us on lock and key, and I wanted to go and evangelize it. I'll share this in subsequent testimonies, but I wanted to go and evangelize, and I took a very big umbrella from the house. And I'm sure the driver did not see there was a human being, saw the umbrella, and then he knocked me down. So it was a hit and run as the driver drove off while I laid in the pool of dirty water. You know when it's rainy and the water is it's dirty, and but for the messages of onlookers or passers-by, I don't know if I would have survived that day. So another time was when I fell into a gutter. It was raining heavily still, and then I was not seeing clearly. You know, I wear glasses, so it was raining and I wasn't seeing clearly. So I missed my step and I fell into the gutter, and then the water was over me. And so these were the things that actually led to my fear for water. When it came to having a bath, I always ensured I washed my face quickly. While in the shower, I would be afraid of drowning. Whoever drowns just by having a bath, I do not know. It didn't matter if the water was smoking hot or if it was cold, I would just wash my face immediately so that I will not drown. So on the day of my baptism, it was just after a tarry at Udomita Farms, and pastor was to baptize us. I really wished I would be the last person to be baptized because I knew it would be an embarrassing thing. I wasn't fortunate as I was among the first persons to be baptized. So I walked into the pool of water. I was guided by Sister Matilda. I remember her because I almost pulled her down when I was reacting to the water. So I got in, and pastor asked me to sit in the water like every normal person. I started shaking like an epileptic patient. And the moment I sat in the water, I jumped off and screamed, I'm allergic to cold water. Like it was so dramatic. Pastor prayed and asked for me to have peace. And then I went down into the water again. And when I was immersed, I felt like I was going to die. It's even if it was few seconds, it felt like forever. And when I was brought up later, pastor began to pray and rebuked phobia for water. Even though I had said I was allergic to cold water, I think he understood that I was allergic to water generally and not just cold water. So after that day, I realized that I was gradually getting used to water. Now I haven't gone for a swim before, like ever since then. But so I don't know how I'll react if I get to a swimming pool. But I'm no longer afraid of drowning when I'm having a bath. Neither am I afraid of taking lots of water for fear of choking. And for this, I'm grateful.
Thanks for watching. For more stories of God's transforming power as well as all the life-changing content, do check out the links in the description. Please do not forget to subscribe, like, turn on your notification bell, and share. God bless you.